The Anniversary Award is here, pitting Northwest Ohio versus Northeast Ohio. Coach Ty hosts Bowling Green in our first rivalry game of the series. Before Kent State, they are far behind in this series. Since 1920, the all-time series goes to Bowling Green 62-24-6. And for Kent State, they haven't won this game since November 9th of 2022. So we're heading into this MAC matchup with a little chip on our shoulder, wanting to make sure, one, we get a win back in this series, and on top of that, climb up the conference standings. As for Bowling Green, they've had a boomer bust season, getting blown out by Cincinnati, Louisville, 10-point loss to Ohio, and barely getting anything started against Central Michigan. But in the games they won, it was a landslide, 45-7 against the Judicials and 31-6 against Toledo, two teams we had struggles against. Their one close game was an overtime loss to Liberty. Well, they do have some players to watch out for, starting on offense with Drew Pine, the quarterback from Tennessee. So far this year, he's at 1,547 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, while keeping it mostly clean, only 4 interceptions. The biggest problem is he's a bit inaccurate. At running back, they rely on Chris McMillan, and he has 4 touchdowns already on this season. But their main offensive threat is the passing game, with Finn Hogan leading the way. You'll also see Brennan Ridley and Arliss Boardingham, the tight end. Those three combine for almost 80% of the receptions from this team. Defensively, their standouts are at corner, JoJo Johnson and fellow senior Jace Hicks. The two of them combining for 5 interceptions this season. But if bragging rights aren't enough, this team also has some key recruits visiting, starting with Quincy Anunwa, the 1-3 star we've been allowed to go after. He's a while away from choosing his school, but this could be a big boost. We also have a tight battle with Cam Mevis, with 3 different teams from Ohio, including Ohio, Kent State, and Bowling Green right now. The Bobcats are in front, but a good visit might just swing him in our favor. So with all the eagerness to put forth our best game, we hit the field here. Kent, Ohio, rivalry underway. And it will be the 25 where we start, as 25 Etheridge with the touchback. We've got a long way to go here behind in this series. But Coach Ty is here to help us try to lead closer. I don't know if we'll overcome the 64-24 deficit, but we start with a run. It's Garcia at the line. Now, it is important to note that both DeShields and Garcia are out in the starting lineup here today. Both have been dealing with nagging injuries. Throwing here and broken up, intended for Martin, and has been a problem for this offense. With both DeShields and Tomlinson out at quarterback, are too high of passes. They really got to try to bring those down. Throwing underneath here, but still a bit high, is to Martin, close to the first down with that second effort. After some short deliberation, they will keep the offense on the field. Wishbone set. A 4th and 1 with a hard count, no one jumps. They hand it off to Newbin. He finds a gap. It's a first down for the Golden Flashes. And they utilize basically everyone out on the field on that play. Going to their triple option, and DeShields takes a couple shoulders. He only ends up picking up about a gain of 1. Keeping things tight here with 2nd and 9. As they will look to go to the air, though that ball is free. Still on the ground until the center can jump on top of it. These are definitely too big of hits that you want your quarterback taking early on. It's 3rd and 11. Hard count, no one offers there for DeShields. As they'll look to go to the air here, that one almost sent straight to the big old 91 in Benson. This time it will be a punt. However, it is on that punt that slight contact is made with the kicker. And that is a free first down for Kent State, getting bailed out here. As you see DeShields making a change out there, he might see something he likes. Couple counts coming in here. He gets that ball snapped. Rolling out to the side here. That's going to be Garcia out of the backfield. A first down here for Golden Flashes down to the 15. Couldn't quite find the cutback there. But Garcia with another big play through the air. We've seen him have some massive plays both on the ground as well as some wheel routes. Couple screen passes as well. Now he's out there with both Nubin and Bailey. It's Nubin here on the carry, trying to find a lane, and he will find it. Some patient running. Picks up 7. Now we have a new look here from the offense as Martin, the receiver, comes in at quarterback. He's got Garcia spread out. Gonna send him in motion. It's the jet sweep. A battle of speed that almost goes neck and neck with Johnson. Of course, Johnson being a little bit more of an interception artist, but forces a 3rd and inches here. It's the counter. Nubin following behind Barry, the tight end. It's a first down. In fact, you can make that goal to go at the 3. Motioning over here is Harris, the backup running back. It's quarterback power. Drew DeShields inside the 2. New little fold to the offense there. Haven't seen that play call yet. They stick with the spread wide look here. DeShields picked up and planted. Definitely not a hit you want your quarterback there taking. Should have just handed that one off. There was no space either way. Hard count there from Drew DeShields. Once again, unanswered. Unfazed is the defense. Throwing a high pass, but brought in. It's Etheridge. And a drive that saw a lot of help. Some 4th down conversions. A penalty as well on the punt to give them a fresh set. Ends with a lead here for the Golden Flashes, as the receiver with probably the most questionable hands makes a secure grab. And after a long, methodical drive, we will finally see Pine and the Eagle offense here take the field. Bowling Green starting at the 20 with a bunch look to the right-hand side. They look to go to the air. In fact, they go well outside and upending the receiver. Pine already hooking up with his top guy in Ridley. 2nd and 8 versus the blitz, and Carroll will pick up the sack. A 3rd and 14 with a 6-yard loss. And why do they get a mascot and we don't? That should just make this rivalry even a little bit more heated. 2 spread either side. For Pine, who looks to go deep downfield, Rollison breaks it up in one-on-one coverage. Ridley, the intended target. But for Coach Ty, this is right where you want to be early in the game with a chance to go up 2 possessions. You're starting here just behind the 40. As they go with a triple option, they flip it to the outside. That's Garcia. He will fight through 2 tackles to pick up a couple, as Garrett Masterson is yet again injured on the play. He's one of the strongest blockers on the team, but he can't stay healthy. The right guard exits. We already lost the left guard on the previous drive. It's Garcia with a cutback lane and slipping through for the first. At least one promising thing about having such a small running back, he kind of gets lost in the shuffle. 1st and 10. It's play action, looking to roll across here. Tossing that one up and tipping it away from Howerton. First time we've seen tight end 3 used here in this offense. Typically just 1, max 2. Mostly 1 tight end and a fullback. Throwing this one outside. That's going to be Barry who goes up to get it. He'll help set up a 3rd and manageable here. 3rd and 2 to be more specific. Though time runs out as Drew DeShields was trying to get the offensive line set up. First quarter has come and gone, with Kent State very much in charge here. -4 yards for Bowling Green, and a little over 7 minutes of possession for Kent State. Considering how some of these games have gone in the past for Kent State, you like having that high time of possession. But it's still a 3rd and 2 here, as it's going to be Garcia slipping through and dragging a defender for the first. Gotta love the second effort there to ensure the first down. Keeping here and flipping this one out. It's again to Garcia on the outside. Puts on the spin move and gets carried forward for almost an additional 5. We'll take all the free yards we can get. As we get motion across, that's going to be Martin. Some more play action rolling. Looking for a dump off here, but floating that one way too much. Bailey shows off a little bit, getting the toe tap, but that should have been a much bigger gain. More play action here. Looking to go downfield in the one-on-one, and again broken up for tight end 3. I do, however, like the fold-in of another player in this offense, just trying to help spread that ball around. 3rd and 7, the hard count doesn't work there from DeShields. As he throws, he finds Martin with another first down. Kent State doing a far better job here in this one, just continuing to pick up first down after first down. Good block there from Garcia. It's Newbin trying to fight through 3. He'll pick up 6 along the way as they go back to that Martin Wildcat set. Garcia in motion all the way across as they'll look to throw it out to Garcia, but good coverage there. Was that the left end? Another way, give credit to the guy actually lining up that linebacker. Odd number, 94. He must be a depth guy. Having to play some here today as Garcia can't find the space. As we talked about converting downs, they do not there. 4th and 5. And it's looking to be a fake here that's going to lose massive yards and they're going to lose possession. They went with the rollout on the fake field goal attempt. And Bowling Green shows up. I mean, this is a rivalry, but you just missed a chance to go up 2 possessions. Good news, the defense is ready. Abu Hamde reading that one like a book on the design play for McMillan. Haven't seen him prior to that play. They lose 1 on it. Go back to McMillan here, and a slight hesitation there from Abu Hamde actually opens that play up a little bit more for McMillan. He rumbles for a solid gain to the 38. As they go right back to a similar play, and Irwin with the shoulder check. He absolutely flattened the running back who checked in there for McMillan, who's back out here as they go right back to him. Double A gap definitely pushed back. Opens up a gain of 4 and sets up a 3rd down. They need 5 yards here, and they go with a read option. Pine not able to get by Abu Hamde. Another punt forced. Just gotta love what we're seeing from this defense out the gate. Want to make sure we keep it going. Offense now once again has a chance to try to go up big here. Flipping that one to Garcia by the line. He spins off of 2 to 3 tacklers and has the first down. This is the best we've seen from Garcia in the last few weeks, probably since that Buffalo game. He picks up another 3. The thing is, he just has to stay healthy, and that'll come with a little bit of help with a 2-minute break. We've got a 2nd and 7 here. Play action for DeShields under pressure. He lofts that one up and tipped out of the hands there of Barry as Cal Pascal injured here for Bowling Green. That too will provide a little bit of a breather here for the offense to come up with a game plan for a 3rd and 7. 2 receivers stacked to the right-hand side. The hard count there again from DeShields, still not panning out. Tomlinson has seen far more success trying that, as that ball ricochets off the couple helmets. Hits the turf, and that will be a punt. Bowling Green's offense having another opportunity as their defense settles into this game. 1:43 to go in the half as they have motion into the backfield. A little bit of flip-flop around, finally getting that one out to pick up a gain of 2. But do give credit to Pine finding a receiver under pressure like that. Has 2nd and 8, plus that clock stops as he got out of bounds. Trying to set up potentially an orbit screen here, but Carroll not able to get his 2nd. Campbell not able to get his 1st. It is, however, a 3rd and 8. Still a favorable down and distance here for the Kent State defense. As it will look to be a pass, looking deep downfield. Tipped away Boma. But in triple coverage, it honestly should have been tipped away. Offense back out on the field, just less time. 1:19. They look to get this drive going. DeShields looking to scramble here. Taking the contact. He's out about midfield. Or actually, they mark him at the 46. He's by midfield. Just saw the logo there. Didn't quite see where on that logo. But it's a big gain on first down as DeShields again. He looks to leak out. Throws this one downfield, and it's behind Brown, who made absolutely zero adjustment to the throw. And it's gonna be picked off. And that one not on Drew DeShields, entirely on his receiver, who should have found that ball. Poor JoJo Johnson, who is already leading Bowling Green in interceptions. He'll have another one, being in the right place, the right time. A minute to go here as it's thrown underneath. A fight to pick up a couple more yards. Do, though, have to appreciate that with a 2nd and 4 to follow. They hand this one off. Williams stuffs him in the gap. Bit of an odd choice, though, to go with a timeout, then run the ball, and then follow it with a hurry-up attempt. Looking downfield, and held on to it, in fact, breaking through. It's Garcia. Bowling Green ties the game on a great throw coming in from Pine, but an even better play from his receiver. Getting the catch, breaking 2 tackles, staying on his feet, and finding the end zone. RJ Garcia. They pick on the weak spot on this defense with Boma as well as Irwin in coverage. But that'll be where we hit halftime, and that is where all the little mistakes from that first half do stockpile. The receiver not attacking that pass, giving up the turnover that led to that scoring drive. And go even earlier than that, going for a fake field goal instead of taking that field goal. That now has you down 7 apiece here at halftime of the anniversary award rivalry here between Kent State and Bowling Green. Battle of Northwest versus Northeast Ohio. Now the good news for Coach Ty is his defense played pretty clean that whole first half. Just one bad play that honestly should have been a clean tackle. You want to continue really where you had built up in that first half, and it starts with a good tackle on the outside. 2nd and 10 here. Pine motions out the running back, make it an empty set. Garcia with the spin makes a pair of defenders miss, but he also misses the first down by about an inch. 3rd and inches here. It's to McMillan, stuffed by the linebacker and Carroll. Abu Hamday yet again getting stuck in, and it gets the ball over to our offense, needing to get back to what we were doing well in that first half. Moving that ball as DeShields opts to keep it. Honestly, pretty surprised he didn't end up pitching that one to Garcia there late, but he picks up 6 along the way. They go Garcia here, and he's stuffed on the edge, maybe picking up 1. But honestly, it puts Bowling Green in a good spot here. They're looking to set up for a passing play here with the lack of success that we've seen today for Kent State in that passing game. Garcia, though, with the keeper, and he's going to lose 2, even though they only had a 3-man front. What seemed to be a more high-flying offensive scenario in the first drive and a half, it's really been defense for a majority of this one, as some diving around ends up being a gain of 9. Looked like a couple players rather eager to try to get a tackle in there. As they keep running back 2 out on the field here. McMillan stuffed on that 3rd down attempt last time. Passes downfield and complete to Ridley. Tight coverage from Rollison, but not able to jar it free. We'll get them up to about the 45-yard line as they go play action. Coverage, soft on the outside. Ridley can't escape. They're finding a few more chunk passes in this second half. Really starting even in the second quarter, as we're about halfway through the third quarter here. Another chunk pass as they finally hook up with their tight end. 3rd on the team in receiving, but he just hasn't gotten open until then. The 1st and 10, they're down inside the red zone. Under pressure, and Maddox will pick up the sack. Pine not able to escape. Kent State with 2 sacks on the day. Frankly, we've got to see even more from this pass rush. Campbell, haven't seen much from him. Really one pressure today. Kaysen, haven't called his name yet. 2nd and 17 would be great for one of them to show up. Slipping through the tackle and picking up 5 is Hogan. That is yet another 3rd and long, even despite slipping that initial tackle attempt. They've got to convert here. And a good stop there from their tight end does convert. It's a 1st and goal, Bowling Green. Where we've seen some aggressive tackle attempts prior to that snap. Very much not there that time. Williams slows him down. Carroll cleans. McMillan, though, close to the end zone, gets them inside the 1. As they spread wide, hand it off to running back 2. He's stuffed by Irwin, and Abu Hamde. Coach Ty calling them on their bluff there. 3rd and goal. Quarterback keeper Pine for the lead. Kaysen not able to shed that block and get the stop. Bowling Green takes the lead here 14-7 for Kent State, who has struggled at times throughout this year offensively. They've got to come alive here with about a quarter, slightly over to go. Garcia picks up 1. He's averaging just about 4 yards a carry, but hasn't seen consistent success, just popping off for a big one here or there. Throwing this one outside, that's going to be Barry, who turns down the sideline. A big gain close to midfield. That's what this offense is desperate for, some form of a passing attack. What should be the final play here of the quarter. Flipping this one out, it's to Garcia. Unable to spin off the tackle. A little help there comes with that second hit to move him forward. But sends us to the 4th quarter, trailing Bowling Green 14-7. In our first rivalry game, we've got to come alive. Do or die time. Good thing for the Golden Flashes is the faithful is out there cheering them on as we look to get the 4th quarter underway. A 2nd and 9. It will look to go to the air here. It's out to Hazim, who holds on. A gain of 5. As they will look to go hurry up off of it. Drew DeShields getting them back to the line. Same look. Tight pistol set. Tries the hard count. No one offers. Waits for his guys to get reset. Looking to go back to the air here. Drew DeShields running to the outside. Will scamper for the first down himself. We know he's been a bit beat up over the last few games. This is the longest he's stuck into one of these games. DeShields here again. This time triple option keeper sliding underneath the tackle. This offense is moving, exactly what Coach Ty needed to see to begin this 4th quarter. As Drew DeShields calling a change up there, getting his team ready with a 2nd and 2. It's Newbin, who looks to use some of his speed to get outside the stiff arm and the first down. He did not get it by much, but at this point, we'll take whatever we can get. I form here at the 27 and motion. Martin tight as they go with the fake end around. Looking to get to the outside here. Drew DeShields throws into some empty field. Didn't look like anyone was really getting open there, so he just got rid of it. 2nd and 10, back to the wishbone, and Garcia trying to get his speed outside. Looks to use that spin move plus stiff arm. He picks up 3. On a play that easily could have lost a yard or 2. You were very happy with that outcome. But a 3rd down here. You've struggled with 3rd downs this second half. Open here is Martin, who takes the contact from JoJo Johnson. Uses that momentum to spring himself forward for the first down. Gotta love to see that. They look to go to the air here. Coming across, again a little high, but Etheridge brings it down. Gain of 5. That leaves you just about 11 yards away from tying this game up here. Just under 5.5 minutes to go. Shields back in pistol. Feeling a little antsy in the pocket. Gets rid of it late, but a flag is down. Looks like this one is coming back with a hold on Griffin. The offense has been playing a little bit cleaner so far in this game. Not as many holding calls or jumping early. The 2nd and 15 here. As they look to set up the screen to the outside, Garcia with one offensive lineman downfield. He'll pick up about half the yardage needed. On 3rd down, it's Tomlinson in at quarterback. Newbin in the backfield as well. Hard count, no one offers. He's gotten those a few more times than Drew DeShields. Throwing to Martin. He's got the first down. Not able to stay on his feet there, securing the grab, and honestly will take a secure grab over anything else right now. 1st and goal. Tomlinson keeps it, cuts back inside, drags the defenders to tie this game. A timely switch there from Coach Ty, putting in the fresher quarterback, and he helps us get into that end zone. But no disrespect to Drew DeShields, who helped us get down inside the red zone. Now we just need that momentum to carry over to the defensive side and get a quick stop. Just under 4 minutes to go. It's a direct snap to the running back, but Carroll reads it like a book. Just back to the line for Bowling Green. The 2nd and 10, they will look to go to the air across the middle, spinning off another tackle close to the first down, and Garcia has it. He's put together a phenomenal game out there. Going to be on the left side slot this time, facing the blitz, but the pass is even quicker, finding Ridley. Heads up play there from Pine to read the blitz and to not panic. Find an open receiver. 2nd and 8, throwing cross, and this time broken up Boma. He's probably been picked on the most of anyone in the secondary this year. That's a big play. 3rd and 8. Defense could really use with a stop here as they have some motion, but it's not going to bother Carroll. He's still dead eyes to the quarterback to bring down Pine. A big loss there on 3rd and a 4th and 16. Being backed up as they decide to punt. 2:15 to try to win this game. Bunch to the right-hand side. Tomlinson still out there at quarterback. Tipped at the line. What a play from their edge man. There's a reason he's got that star. 2nd and 10. No one again offers at the Tomlinson hard count. It's 2nd and 10. Just over 2 minutes ago. Throwing this one outside. That's Garcia, who looks to get underneath the block of Barry, who does pick up one. That takes us inside the 2-minute break as well. 3rd and 5. 2 spread either side for Tomlinson, who will look to throw. He's under pressure, and he just gets rid of it. Decision to make here. With how the defense has played today, you've got to give them the opportunity here. 1:49 and a long field for Pine and Bowling Green. And eventually he will look to step up here, but Abu Hamde steps too far inside, opened up the outside release for Pine, and he carries Bowling Green by the 40. Go and hurry up here. It's spread empty. And a lofted throw that's too high. Honestly, though, probably pretty safe. Looked like the safety was breaking over there. If that was a little underthrown, could have been picked off. They go with a run here, and McMillan with 1 to beat, but Irwin, a clean tackle in open field. That leaves a 3rd and 4. They would like to get the stop here. Bunch to the right-hand side for Pine. Spread all the way to the outside is going to be their number 1 receiver. But tight end left wide open, down inside the 10. And Coach Ty calls a timeout with about 1:10 to go. Not sure what the safeties were doing on that one. In a cover 2, they should have had the middle completely covered. Good stop there, Maddox. Now neither team calls their timeout there. Kent State trying to be a little bit more cautious with theirs. Only needing the field goal, though. That ball pops free and recovered by the offensive lineman coming over. Timeout called there for Kent State. That could have been it. They happened to recover that one. Might have looked at overtime with the time remaining in this one. Throwing and dropped by Hogan. 4th and goal. You would imagine they'll just line up here for the field goal attempt. They'll right hash. Going to have to try to curve this one back in. College football, you never know. And that one is a no. 14-14 with 33 seconds. He missed it from the right hash. Well, it does still leave a long field here to try to get into field goal range ourselves. And only 1 spare timeout. A lot of early movement here. Bailey into the backfield. They go with a little bit of some play action. Tossing this one out. It's to Garcia, who gets the grab, but he cannot shake by. They're going to have to go hurry up here. Back to the line as quickly as possible. Still, again, with only that 1 timeout. You're inside 20 seconds. You're not going to be able to get that one off cleanly. So now, 3rd and 5 instead. Bunch look to the right-hand side. Tries the hard count, but still no one offering at it. Bunch out there. You throw, looking for a nice hit, and you find it. Final timeout called there. You need probably a deep out about 20 yards. We're honestly needing probably the opposite 35. You might need a little bit more of a corner here. 2 spread either side. Trying to get this play set up as that play clock rolls down inside 5. Snapping it with 2. They cover the outside. Open receivers down the middle, but it's going to be taken away. looking to find the cutback lane. Tomlinson, the one player to send us to overtime. They had Martin wide open, deep downfield in the middle of the field, but the pressure has just been too much for Kent State this season. The health up front has been a problem. The pass blocking has been a bigger problem. That sends us to overtime here in our first rivalry game. And as winners typically do, we elect to go defense first. We need some big plays here from the defense to allow us to walk it off here in round one of overtime. And motion out the running back here. Pine looks downfield and too high. He's airmailed a few passes here today. The 2nd and 10, they look to go back to the air. Wide receiver screen, Williams is on it. That has us exactly where we want to be, a 3rd and 9. It's going to be 2 spread either side, including the tight end out to the right-hand side. And Campbell was there lurking the whole way, but unable to break that one up. Boardingham with a great play, and they look to go right back to him. A quick hitter. Just like that, they're inside or about at the 5-yard line. They're going to mark him just outside the 5. 2nd and 3. They go to run, and Campbell gets his revenge there. He just flew around the edge, forcing another 3rd and 7. Pressure builds, passes out, and broken up that time. It's Rollison. So a field goal attempt, a touchdown would walk this game off, but right hash-ish. They missed from basically the same spot in regulation, and he doinks it off the upright. A field goal would win this game for Kent State. And while it's great for those here at home, you do have to feel a little bit bad for that kicker. We all know people aren't too nice to kickers. Newbin gets to the outside here and gets a gain of 9. He's definitely had the least amount of carries in this one, though. I don't think Bailey's had one. 2nd and 1. They go with a play action and being brought down once again, despite the fact you had a wide open player downfield. The delayed drag from the tight end turning into a wheel up the sideline was there. But it's 3rd and 12. Now, you don't want to lose any more yards here. You would obviously love a touchdown, but a field goal wins you this game. As they go underneath, that's Etheridge trying to get to the outside. Speed carries down to the 5. JoJo Johnson dragging him down short of the end zone. But he nearly walks it off right there. 1st and goal. Back to the wishbone. It's Garcia who had the lane, but it closed behind him. As Gideon Lamprin shaken up here for Bowling Green. We'll see again Martin take the field behind center. Garcia spread to the left-hand side. They're going to send him in motion. Fake it to him, and Martin is crushed in the backfield. He tried to get fancy with it, but Bowling Green, they're bowing up here. 3rd and goal. Motioning across for the play action. Throwing, well behind, Martin is tipped away and safely hits the turf. That one was thrown a bit more out in front. You probably had the game-winning play there. Instead, Bowling Green attempting to ice the kicker. From the left hash and by the upright, Kent State will walk away victorious in their first rivalry game under Coach Ty. Now, it was not clean by any stretch of the imagination, at least coming from the offensive side. The defense, though, what a performance. They gave up just a couple plays in that one. But when it came down to crunch time, they showed up big. And we are currently 3-1 in conference, picking up our first rivalry dub. And it would be enough to get the commit from Cam Mevis. We take him away from Ohio. And that means we now have potential replacements for both Carroll and Campbell, who are set to graduate. We also find ourselves moving up here with a championship contender now to a D-. So we're improving right now. it's still very possible that we will lose Newbin, DeShields, Mathis, Burgess, and 5 other players, and that's just championship contender. Garcia, Martin, Morel, Williams, more guys about the pro potential, so things are definitely looking rough here, but picking up wins like that will definitely help us out. Speaking of helping us out, that game did go a long way in getting us close to landing our first 3-star recruit, Quincy Enunwa's, into his top 3, and with currently no one else going after him, we're sitting pretty well. But we do have 75 points to spend here, and I think it's time we try to get a few more visits scheduled before we run out of these kind of opportunities. So another game against CMU will add on Felix Duggar. With proximity to home being the only positive thing here, we will select that one. We also have John Ojeda, the Mike linebacker here, and we could look to bring him in on a visit. Another one here for week 13. That would be complimentary with Duggar. And for him, not looking all too promising. Pro potential is his other one. We already know that. Conference prestige. We're going to have to take a flyer here on one of these things that we do not know, hoping that it pays off well, and the best opportunity would be playing style. So we're going to have him attend a practice. Now, as for the one tight end, we're going after Sammy Magnum. He too is ready for a visit, so we'll get him scheduled as well week 13, and he will also be attending a practice because proximity to home he really does not care much about. Now, we added Ben Nava to the board at the end of the last episode, and we gave him a scholarship. We gave him some points. Doesn't seem all too interested, at least so far, so let's change things up a little bit, and we'll give him a few more points here as well. And unfortunately, one player that we were going after here in Greg Daniels, we have kind of been locked out for the time being. Now, brand exposure could potentially go up, so we're going to leave him on the board for now as we are still in front, the only person to offer a scholarship. I think with some of our remaining points, we should start to take a look perhaps at some more interior guys. And I think we're going to start here with a pass protector in Frederick Avant, the center, because we've seen a whole lot of pressure right down the middle. So let's put in some scouting points here, get a rough idea. Well, that pass block is out of 75, so even if the rest is not very good, that's good enough for me. We'll offer a scholarship there and move him up the board. We'll give him some points when points open up. And lastly, I would like to scout one of these defensive tackles, and the highest one on our board in terms of position number 89 here in Laron Powell. So let's take a look at the Hampton, Georgia prospect here. And he's going to come in with, honestly, not a whole lot of block shedding. That's sitting in the mid-range, but he does have some power moves. Strength is on the higher side. Tackle is looking pretty good. While he may not be great as a run stopper out the gate, he could provide some interior pass rush. And with Kaysen and Maddox potentially leaving as well, I think we would be amiss if we don't offer at least the scholarship here. So we'll continue adding on a few more guys to these boards, and hopefully we'll land a few more before this season comes to an end. Speaking of coming to an end, that is where this episode comes to an end. A bye week to hopefully get this team well rested before we continue on into it is already the last quarter of the season for us. We got Ball State, Akron, Central Michigan with a lot of recruits coming during that week, and Northern Illinois. Let me know down in the comments what you think our record is going to be at the end, and if we will see ourselves into the conference championship here in our first year under Coach Ty. And while you're already down there, leaving a comment, make sure you're also hitting that sub button or hitting the bear icon on the bottom right of your screen. And also making sure you're tapping that bell icon as well, so you're notified when all these videos go live. Things are going to be changed up next week with the new Madden coming out. Early access, I believe it is Thursday. We'll be jumping in with the new Madden on Thursday and Friday, a live stream on Friday, opening up and debuting the new team. We'll probably do some practice, maybe even go into like a spring game almost kind of look for us, just to get to know the team a little bit, talk about what we want to do, and then get into our first real episode on Friday, and that is after we wrap up the Jacksonville Jaguars series on Wednesday. So Cha-Cha Vaz and our Kent State will only be there one day next week, but I think we might just go through 2 games in our next episode. So make sure you stay tuned, leave these guys some love, as they just picked up a massive win, their first rivalry dub. A little bit of bragging rights, and hopefully with that comes some dominance in the Ohio recruiting.